welcome to your snack sandwich. Today we're going to take a quick look at this Beluga yield aggregator type thing. It's pretty interesting. Now, the reason why I'm going to talk about it is because I like the idea that they have something that's kind of new and interesting that I haven't seen before. So I'd like to speak about it a little bit. But before I get into this, I would mention that I haven't completely vetted these people. I have spent some time talking inside their Discord here, and I do see a couple faces in here that I recognize and so forth. So it's kind of good, and they are pretty reactive. I've asked questions, as you can see, and I've gotten answers and so forth. So let's get into what I think is interesting here. They have these vaults here where you can put in LP tokens, and but they're not doing auto compounding these vaults, right? The ones that are interesting to me are these ones here, these HUSDC gauge maximizers, right? Now what these are is they're 100 Finance token maximizers, but what they're doing is quite interesting. So in order to understand how these vaults work, you need to understand how 100 Finance. And if we go to 100 Finance first, I did do a couple videos on 100 Finance, so you can watch those videos. I'll link to them at the end of this one. But just to give you a quick idea here, is you can supply some stable coins here, and then you can stake your stablecoin you can stake your supplied stablecoins into the gauge here and earn some 100 tokens. Now your APY, wrong page here, your APY is based on the staking of 100 tokens. So they have a veHND token gauge. So the longer you stake, the more you stake, the bigger your boost will be. So as you can see, you could get if you stake HUSDC, you could get somewhere between 30 to 71% based on how much veHND tokens you held in your wallet. And then you could get the boost and so forth. So what this thing is trying to do for you, what this Beluga is going to do for you, is they're going to take 5% of the 100 tokens and lock them in the gauge. So everybody will put first you would have to go to 100 Finance, right? So you would, let's say you wanted to do HUSDC, you would stake your USDC here, and then you would stake your HUSDC here, and you would get 100 token. You would get this 100 USDC gauge token in your wallet. Then you would come to Beluga and stake that token inside here. So you would then, just stake it inside here, and then it's going to harvest the 100 tokens for you and put 5% into the gauge for this contract. So if everybody's got a whole bunch of money in here, then they're going to get that boost up quite a bit. They're going to socialize that boost across all the people who have supplied here. Kind of like the traditional Yearn back scratcher and the convex system and so forth. Now, what are they going to do with the other 95%? It says here, when you stake in here, you earn veHND USDC phantom tokens. Now, what is that? If we go over to Beethoven X, and let's go to the proper one, search 100. This one here. So what they're going to do with the extra 95% is they're going to stick it into this farm here. So they're going to add all those 100 tokens to here and just keep making more and more and more of these LP tokens. And you can claim those LP tokens. Now there was one question I asked, and it says right here, the 100 blah 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 LPs in the 100 LP vault are waiting to be claimed. That's a bit hard. Maybe my question is wrong. But so what I asked was, are these tokens, right? Where is it? Let's go back to Beluga. Are these tokens, while they're waiting to be claimed, are they then put into this vault here, which auto compounds the beats rewards? So as you can see here, this pool here has 140% APR, and this is rewarded in beats and 100 tokens. And then they will take these beats and 100 tokens, they will sell the beats, and they will take the 100 tokens and they will compound your position if you have your 100 USDC tokens inside here. So I did ask them, and I'm not sure exactly. So you might have to come here regularly and claim, or it does have this manual compound button here. So I believe this is what he was talking about. If I press this, then it's going to take take everybody in this vault's rewards and stick them into this other auto compounding, LP auto compounding vault here. And what do these people get as rewards? There's no rewards. It's just auto compounding these tokens, so you have more and more and more of these LP tokens. Now, the one thing I like, why am I talking about this, why I think this is interesting, is because they're attempting to try to make vaults that are simple for the user, hands off, but don't sell all the tokens of the underlying system. Now, they are currently selling all the beats in this vault. They're not, because they're not allowing you to, harvest the beats here, or they're not taking the beats. Maybe they could take the beats and add the beats to this system here on Beethoven X. They could, supply to here, put it inside here, and then boost it up here. Now, I did hear that Beethoven X is going to do some boosting farms and maybe some VE token beats or something in the future. So maybe that will change in the future. The last thing I do want to mention, and that you should probably look at, these vaults are currently empty, and I'm not exactly sure why. I've asked them, but I haven't got an answer yet. I said, are you guys whitelisted to stake veHND tokens? Because in order to lock veHND tokens, if you're a smart contract, you need to be whitelisted by 100. So that might be why these are currently sitting at 0.0000, because there's no way for them to lock the 100 tokens yet. But I think that's interesting. I think this is a pretty cool project, and I like this idea. So I'm going to be watching it for a little bit. I'm not, currently, I don't have any tokens inside here, obviously, because nobody has any tokens in here yet. So we'll see what happens in the future. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.